Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel, OnD-mand, where I am sharing some experiences with you as an Illinois notary. I take no credit and give God all the glory for the information I'm about to share with you today. Welcome if you are new. Let's get started. I want to thank all of you for joining me this March in this breaking down the entire Jesse White Illinois Handbook series for the entire all 4 weeks of March. I want to thank you so much. So how I'm going to do this is more of a classroom setting where you will see my screen and you will see the handbook right in front of you, and we are going to go line for line. Also, if you have the handbook on you, please bring it up, open it up. If you have a paper copy, get it out with you, and let's go through it together. Now, I'm not going to bore you with the 40-minute long. No, we're just going to do step by step. I don't want to rush it, so I believe this time it's through page 7, I believe, but just the first portion, and then so on. We will continue series 2 with page 7, and then the next portion on. So as we go through this, I'm very excited. Also, I know I don't ask much, but for this series, for the whole month of March, please not only like this video, but share to anyone you can who is an inspiring notary or who is a notary, because I want Illinois notaries to know that this information is being given out for free. It's free. If you are on Facebook, share this. Very imperative to me. You know, this has been requested, so I'm very happy to bring this to you. Congratulations to all of you who have been signed up to title companies. You've been picked up. Congratulations to all of you who are accepting your first and second appointments. Congratulations to all of you. I appreciate all of you. All I have to do is call, and you guys are just, you accept, and we get it done. And I never have to turn down any business. And you know what I always say, community over competition for the overall good of the public. And I thank all of you so much. I promise I'm calling at least 10 times a week, and I just want to thank you so much. I'm going down my list, and I'm just so grateful for it. Also, take that opportunity as an individual marketing yourself. Thank you so much. Also, whoever won the mug that has not been shipped to you, please go to my website, email me. I forgot your address. Please do that so that I can ship out your prize right away. Let's get into the video.
My screen. Let's get to it. So what you see in front of you is the Illinois Notary Public Handbook. What I've come to realize is that the Illinois Notary Handbook is actually a summary verbatim of our laws. So if you're looking of where to find our laws, when you look at the handbook, you're looking at them. So here we just have the cover sheet. So let's go to page 2. We have some words about the handbook. And here, as you can see, page 2, this paragraph starting here, it says, following our basic rules for proper and safe notarization. Keep your notary seal in a safe place. Do not notarize a signature unless the signer is present at the same time of notarization. Do not lend your stamp to anyone, including your employer. Do not identify a document signer on the word of a friend or employer who is not willing to take an oath. Sign your name on notarial certificates exactly as it appears on your commission and affix your seal. And then we have some encouraging words. Let's go on to page 3. Page 3 here, we have your table of contents. I won't go into those, it's self-explanatory. And let's go into page 4. Page 4, now I want to reiterate right here, it says Illinois Notary Public Act, Illinois Compiled Statutes, Article 1, General Provisions. When you see this here, this source down here, this is exactly where you can find what you're reading in this handbook. This is where you can find it if you go to the Illinois General Provisions. These words within this handbook is verbatim to exactly the source. So everything you're reading in this handbook is law. This is your Illinois law. Now, if you want to read the entire general provisions, you'll go here and this is what it'll look like. These are our Illinois general provisions right here. Illinois General Assembly here at the top. I will link this in the description box below. You can read it right here, Article 1, General Provisions. So this is exactly what it looks like. So our handbook, everything in our handbook is literally verbatim right here. Okay, so let's continue. This act may be cited as the Illinois Notary Public Act, and this is your source. 1-102, Purpose and Rules of Construction. This act shall be construed and applied to promote its underlining purpose and policies. So this act is to be interpreted, construed means interpret, and applied to promote the underlining policies. B, what are the underlining purposes and policies? Let's look at that. Number 1 is to simplify, clarify, and modernize the law which you're reading governing notary publics, and to promote, serve, and protect the public interest. And this is your source. Let's go to General Provision 1-103. Prospective, effective of act. This act applies prospectively. Nothing is in this act shall be construed to revoke any notary public commission existing on the effective date of this act. All reappointments of notarial commissions shall be obtained in accordance with this act. So let's go to 1-104, Notary Public and Notarization defined. The terms notary public and notary are used interchangeably to mean any individual appointed and commissioned to perform notarial acts. Notarization defined is the performance of a notarial act. C, accredited immigration representative means a not-for-profit organization recognized by the Board of Immigration Appeals under this here. Now, if you're wondering where this is the USCIS. This is the United States immigration website. If you want to read this entirely, just go ahead, copy and paste this in your web browser, and you can read everything regarding this here. Let's go to Article 2, Appointment and Provisions. Let's go to 2-101, Appointment. The Secretary of State may appoint and commission as notaries public for 4-year term, as many persons resident in a county in the state as he deems necessary. So as long as you are within the state of Illinois, in the county, you may be awarded a 4-year term. The Secretary of State may appoint and commission as notaries public for 1-year term. And the same goes. But only if the law of the state authorized citizens of Illinois to be appointed and commissioned as notary public in the state. So let's go to 2-102. This is going into talking specifically about what the application is what's going to be inside of your application. Every applicant for appointment and commission as a notary public shall complete an application form furnished by the Secretary of State to be filed with the Secretary of State. So you cannot, or no one else can generate their own application. So here on page 4, we are going to go into what the application includes. And then on page 5, we're going to continue that. A is talking about the applicant's name. B is talking about in the state of Illinois county in which the applicant resides. C is talking about either your home address if you live in the state of Illinois, or if you live in a different state as Indiana and you want to be commissioned in the state of Illinois, then you would put your business address or your work address. D, that the applicant has resided in the state of Illinois for 30 days preceding the application, or that the applicant who is a resident of a state bordering Illinois, again, if you want dual commission, and if you can only have a dual commission if you reside in a state that has partnered with Illinois to say that you can have a dual commission, has worked or maintained a business in Illinois for 30 days preceding the application. So it tells you right here, if you do not live in Illinois and you are on the bordering states, you can have a dual commission if you work or have a business in Illinois. Remember, I've said that before. It's right here in our law. E, that the applicant is a U.S. citizen of the United States or an alien lawfully admitted to permanent residence in the United States. F, that the applicant is at least 18 years of age. G, that the applicant is able to read and write English language. H, that the applicant has never been the holder of a notary public appointment that was revoked or suspended during the past 10 years. I, that the applicant has not been convicted of a felony. And J, any other, so it's not stating everything, any other information the Secretary of State deems necessary. That is according to this law right here, which can be found in its entirety in our Illinois general provisions. So as you can see here from A to J, this talks about, again, just to recap, what how you can apply for the application and actually be commissioned. You cannot be a felon. You have to be a citizen. You have to be 18 years or older. You cannot have had your commission revoked or suspended, or anything else the Secretary of State deems necessary. So I believe J is kind of open-ended. Let's go. Every applicant for appointment and commission as a notary public shall pay the Secretary of State $10 according to this law here. Let's go to 2-104, oath. Every applicant, now they're saying once you have filled out your application, you are going to pay $10. I pay $10. You pay $10 and you send that off via money order to the Secretary of State with your application. 2-104, oath. Every applicant for appointment and commission as a notary public shall take the following oath in the presence of a person qualified to administer an oath in the state of, in this state, which means you're going to say I, and you're going to take your oath. I did the exact same thing when I went down in person to my circuit clerk's office. 2-105, bond. Every applicant for appointment and commission as notary public shall be accompanied by an executive bond commencing on the date of the appointment with a term of 4 years in the sum of $5,000 with as surety thereon a company qualified to write surety bonds. I went through IllinoisNotary.com, which is the American Association of Notaries. Okay, and it's covered by Western Surety. The bond shall be conditioned upon the faithful performance of all notarial acts in accordance with this act. And it says here the Secretary of State may prescribe an official bond form. 2-106, appointment recorded by Secretary of State. The appointment of the applicant as a notary public is complete when the commission is recorded with the county clerk. Let's go ahead to page 6. The Secretary of State shall forward. Now we're going into what happens when you have been down to your circuit, your county clerk's office, and you have sworn in. The Secretary of State shall forward the applicant's commission to the county clerk of the county in which the applicant resides, or if the applicant is in a resident of the state bordering Illinois. The county in Illinois in which the applicant's principal place of work or principal place of business is located. So therefore, if you don't live in Illinois, but you are applying for an application here because you work or you have a business here in Illinois, you would go through that county. If you live in Indiana and you work in Cook County, you would go to the Cook County clerks. Or if you work in Lake County, DuPage County, Will County, and so forth, you would go to that county clerk's office. Upon receipt thereof, the county clerk shall notify the applicant of the action taken by the Secretary of State, and the applicant shall either appear in person or by mail. Okay, so that is what this whole first paragraph is talking about. When the applicant appears before the clerk, the applicant shall pay a $5 fee, which I did, at which the county clerk shall then deliver the commission to the applicant. This is if you are going in person. Then you're going to pay that $5 in person, and then you're going to walk away with your commission once it has been received from the Secretary of State to your appropriate county clerk. If you are going by mail, then the applicant shall pay a fee of $10, which shall be submitted with the request to the county clerk. The county clerk will then appoint and send the commission by mail to you, the applicant. Now it's going to go into talking about what happens if you do not respond by mail. In 30 days, they will notify you again. If and when they notify you again, this is what it will state. So this is the entire following form that you will get in the mail the second time that they are attempting to contact you to pick up your commission. The Secretary of State shall cancel the appointment of the notaries whose commissions are returned to his office if you don't reply after another 30 days. The applicant fee will be refunded, and no bonding company is required to issue a refund when an appointment is canceled. And that is the end of page 6. Page 7 goes into talking about Article 3, duties, fees, and authority. 3-101, official seal and signature. So now we're going to go into talking about the standard of what our seal at least needs to have within in the state of Illinois. A, each notary public shall, upon receiving the commission from the county clerk, obtain an official rubber stamp seal with the notary, which the notary shall authenticate his official acts. So in the state of Illinois, when you are a notary, you do have to have a rubber seal. You can't have the metal seals anymore, even though those are cuter. I want one. We're not allowed to have those anymore. They have to be rubber seals. The rubber stamp seal shall contain the following: the words official seal. Number 2, the notary's official name as you want it to be, as it's on the application. Number 3, the words notary public, state of Illinois, and my commission expires, and the expiration date. And so now we're going to go into talking about the appearance of the seal. A serrated or milled edge border in a rectangular form, not more than 1 inch height and by 2 1/2 inches length surrounding the information. At the time of the Notarial Act, a notary public shall officially sign every notary certificate and affix the rubber stamp seal clearly and legibly using black ink. If you want extra information, you do have to call the Secretary of State. You can have your county listed if you would like, but what it's talking about here is just the basic requirements. Some states can use other ink except black, but as you can see down here on B, we have to have our seals in black ink. I have had notaries say that they use purple ink according to their state. We can't do that, unfortunately, in Illinois, otherwise I would. So that it is capable of photographic reproduction. The illegibility of the information required by this section does not affect the validity of a transaction. 3-101. We're actually going to stop here for now. If you have any questions, please put them in the comment section. Email me, text me. Please like this video. Please share this video. I will continue with the next 6 or 7 pages in the next video next Friday. Look out for this. Thank you so much, Erin On Demand. I will see you on my next video. Bye.